Ever found yourself alone amidst darkness and despair? That's the daily struggle for our protagonist, AshishShadow. In a world where shadows are cast long and the sun rarely shines, we find AshishShadow, a figure shrouded in mystery. His life is a constant battle against the odds, a resilient fight against the omnipresent darkness that threatens to consume him. AshishShadow is not your typical hero. He's frail, sometimes to the point of breaking. But what he lacks in physical strength, he makes up for with a spirit that refuses to be extinguished. A spirit that, despite the relentless bullying by a formidable villain, refuses to surrender. This villain isn't just any ordinary adversary. He's a force to be reckoned with, a cruel, unyielding figure of torment who uses his power to instill fear and despair. His strength seems insurmountable, his cruelty unmatched. It's under this tyrant's shadow that AshishShadow is forced to live, to exist. But even in the face of such adversity, there's a spark that refuses to die. A spark fueled by the unyielding support of two steadfast friends, Senthak and Screen. Senthak, the brains of the operation, is always brimming with innovative ideas, a beacon of hope in their bleak world. Screen, the tech wizard, complements Senthak perfectly, his vast knowledge of technology proving invaluable in their quest for survival. Together, they form a formidable trio, a band of brothers who, despite their individual strengths, realize that their power lies in unity. They roam the desolate streets of their world, their friendship a beacon of light that cuts through the oppressive darkness. Their bond is strong, their resolve unwavering. They stand together, ready to face whatever challenges the world throws at them. They are AshishShadow's solace, his sanctuary amidst the chaos. In this world of darkness, his only ray of light were his friends, Senthak and Screen. Together they stand against the tides of despair, a symbol of hope in a world that desperately needs it. The story of AshishShadow is just beginning, and it's a tale you won't want to miss. Friends are the family we choose, and AshishShadow was fortunate to have Senthak and Screen by his side. In a world where darkness danced with despair, these two were AshishShadow's beacon of hope. Senthak, a fountain of innovative ideas, was the brain of the trio, always thinking, always planning. His cool demeanor masked a mind that was constantly in overdrive. Screen, on the other hand, was a tech magician, his fingers dancing over keys and screens, creating magic that only he could comprehend. Together, they were the perfect foil to AshishShadow's brooding persona. No matter how dire the situation, they never wavered in their support for AshishShadow. They were his pillars of strength, his guiding light in the enveloping darkness. They stood by him, always ready to lend a hand, to provide a shoulder, to offer a word of encouragement when the times were tough. But even they couldn't shield AshishShadow from what was to come. In a cruel twist of fate, AshishShadow was captured by the villain, leaving his friends distraught but determined. The villain's lair, a place of darkness and despair, became AshishShadow's prison. His body was weak, his spirit shattered, but a flicker of hope still flickered in his heart, a testament to his unyielding spirit. In the meantime, Senthak and Screen were grappling with their own despair. Their friend, their comrade, was in the clutches of their greatest enemy. But they knew despair was a luxury they could not afford. They had to act, and act fast. Senthak, with his brilliant mind, started to formulate a plan. His thoughts raced, his heart pounded, but his determination never wavered. He knew their chances were slim, but he also knew that they had no other choice. They had to save AshishShadow, whatever the cost. Screen, the master of all things technical, began to work on the technical aspects of the plan. He used his vast knowledge to devise a way to infiltrate the villain's lair undetected. His hands moved swiftly over his devices, his mind focused on his task. He knew that failure was not an option. Together, they formed a plan as daring as it was dangerous. They enlisted the help of other characters, leveraging their skills and resources to bolster their chances of success. The plan was a testament to their friendship, their unity, and their unwavering belief in each other. As the plan took shape, so did their resolve. They knew the path ahead was fraught with perils, but they also knew that they had each other. They had the power of friendship, the power of unity, and most importantly, the power of hope. In the end, they stood together, ready to face whatever came their way. They were determined, they were brave, and they were united. Their friend was in danger, and they were going to save him, no matter what. The plan was risky, the journey dangerous, but for their friend, it was a risk they were willing to take. They knew the stakes were high, but they also knew that together, they could overcome anything. Battling against all odds, the friends embarked on their daring rescue mission. Their journey was no easy feat. It was a relentless trek through a labyrinth of danger and uncertainty. The once familiar streets of their fantasy world had turned into a battleground, a testament to the villain's cruel reign. Every corner they turned, every step they took, was met with a new obstacle. They had to navigate treacherous terrains, solve cryptic puzzles, and battle numerous minions of the villain. Their resolve was tested at every juncture, but they held on, driven by the unwavering determination to save their friend. Senthak, with his innovative ideas, was the brain behind their strategy. He cleverly maneuvered them through the intricate traps laid by the villain. Screen, with his tech wizardry, ensured they were always one step ahead, hacking into systems, disabling alarms, and providing them vital information. Their journey was not just a physical one, but an emotional one too. It was a journey of self-discovery, of understanding their strengths and weaknesses, and of realizing the power of their friendship. They discovered a courage they never knew they possessed, a resilience they never knew they had. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, they stood at the mouth of the villain's lair. It was the moment of truth, the showdown they had been preparing for. As they stepped into the den of their nemesis, they were met with a sight that sent chills down their spines. AshishShadow, weak and battered, but with a fire in his eyes that spoke volumes about his will to fight. In the ensuing battle, AshishShadow showed his true mettle. Fueled by the unwavering support of his friends, he fought back with a ferocity that took the villain by surprise. It was a close and intense battle, but in the end, AshishShadow emerged victorious. In the face of adversity, AshishShadow revealed his true strength, emerging victorious against his tormentor. This was not just a victory over the villain, but a victory over his fears, his doubts, and his past. It was a victory that marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. Triumphant and stronger than ever, the trio returned to their world as heroes. Their journey back was met with a hero's welcome, a stark contrast to the loneliness and despair that had once consumed their lives. The streets were lined with cheering inhabitants, their faces glowing with admiration and relief. AshishShadow, Senthak, and Screen were no longer just the misfits. They were the saviors, the beacon of hope in a world that had been shrouded in darkness for far too long. Our once weak and fragile AshishShadow now stood tall and mighty, his eyes gleaming with newfound confidence. The frailty that once clung to him had vanished, replaced by an aura of strength and bravery. His journey, riddled with peril and pain, had chiseled him into a warrior, a protector of the weak, a symbol of resilience. His transformation was not just physical, but deeply emotional and mental. The timid shadow had evolved into a valiant hero, all thanks to the unwavering belief of his friends. Senthak and Screen, who had always seen the hero within AshishShadow, were brimming with pride. Their faith in their friend had not wavered, even in the face of adversity. They had stood by him, fought with him, and in the end, they had triumphed together. This victory was not just AshishShadow's, but it was theirs, a testament of their unbreakable bond. As the celebration died down and the world returned to its newfound peace, the trio found themselves under the familiar blanket of stars, the same stars under which they had dreamed of a better world, a world free from the villain's tyranny. Now, they were living that dream. They sat there reminiscing about their journey, their struggles, their victories. They reflected on how far they had come, on how they had grown stronger together, and how their friendship had been their guiding light in the darkest of times. Their journey was a testament to their friendship and the power of believing in one another. Under the stars, the friends sat, reminiscing about their trials, triumphs, and how far they'd come. The air was filled with a sense of accomplishment and camaraderie. AshishShadow, once a lone figure shrouded in darkness, was now a beacon of courage, his strength amplified by the support of his friends, Senthak, the innovative thinker, and Screen, the tech maestro. They reflected on their journey, each challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, and the growth that came with it. From the dark alleys of despair to the victorious showdown in the villain's lair, their bond had only grown stronger. It was a bond forged in the fires of adversity, strengthened by shared adventures, and solidified by their unwavering belief in each other. In the silence of the night, their laughter echoed, a testament to their indomitable spirit. This was their story, a tale of friendship, resilience, and triumph. True friends stand by your side, no matter what, a lesson AshishShadow, Senthak, and Screen knew all too well.